My name's Dave, and I've spent most of my life outdoors here in Canada's western frontier. I believe one thing to be true: outside is therapy. It's where we both reconnect and disconnect. I hope you come with me as we build, explore, and repeat. All right. Okay. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave. This is Blindman Overland, and today we are at the shop again. I know there has been quite a few shop videos as of late, but we are busy here getting ready for Yucatan campers. Two newest units done. We've got Keen over in the corner over there working on the designs for the top. And we've got some stuff sent out for the Gladiator. We're waiting on the Tacoma. It's been a busy week. So we're just putting in some overtime here at the shop. So I figured I would take the opportunity to go through a couple of the items that I have picked up throughout the holiday season, and to give a special shout out to Exploration Overland and Matt for hooking us up with our 10,000 pound Smitty Bilt winch. This thing's really cool. We'll get into this thing here right away. And then I also managed to pick up a Rigid SR Series Pro light bar. This is a single row, low profile light bar. This thing is actually really, really cool. And I got it for a heck of a deal at work. So that's where we are going to go today. This model in particular is a spot and flood dual. So it does both spotlight and floods. Your floods are on the left and the right, and then you've got a row of spots in the middle. Cool thing about this bad boy here is basically the low profile design. It's essentially shockproof, dustproof, rainproof, etc. It's really, really structurally sound. It's going to fit perfectly on a low profile bumper, similar to what we have on the Nissan Frontier. And another cool thing about it is actually RFI and HMI retardant. So if there is any sort of electrical interference, EMP, etc., there's a good chance that this bad boy is going to continue working. Keep in mind, if you are going with a light bar or a set of pods for your vehicle, you want to make sure that if you're going to run these on the road, they have to be DOT compliant, which basically means that they have to be approved to be used on road. This model in particular is not. So this is an off-road use only. So when we wire this guy up, we're actually only going to wire it towards the S-Pod switch bank so we can control it independently. The lights that are going to go into the fog light holes for the front bumper, those are highway approved. So I may or may not just wire those directly up to my fog light switch and then keep this guy on its own switch on its own bank. So really excited to put this bad boy on. If you are a Frontier owner, you know exactly how absolutely terrible our headlights are. And that gets compounded even more so when they're covered in mud and dirt and grime from being on the trail. So the more lights we have off-road, the better. And yeah, so very excited about this. The Smitty Bilt winch. So we picked up a 10,000 pound Smitty Bilt winch. This thing is actually really cool. It also has a wireless controller. It is completely submergible, so this is a completely waterproof winch. It's a 10,000 pound Smitty Bilt X20, and it's got the wire rope. Now, a quick comment about wire rope or synthetic rope. Personally, for myself, the jury is out. I have used probably 3 or 4 winches with a synthetic rope exclusively on side-by-sides. And in my experience, I prefer a wire rope. I have used synthetic ropes on the side-by-sides, and without fail, every single time I went to use it, that rope failed. That synthetic rope failed. It snapped and wound up halfway through a tree. However, I've used cable winches for a long time as well, and I have yet to ever see a cable line break. I know that they do, and I know that they can, but the maintenance with a wire rope winch, and the fail features of a wire rope winch, I think, are just far fewer than a synthetic winch. I understand that the synthetic lines are robust. They are very, very strong. I just prefer wire rope. I've seen them fail less times than I've seen synthetic line fail. But like I said, I don't like the extra weight. It's just something that I'm gonna have to live with, because in the event I need to use this, I wanna trust it. It's a very important piece of kit. It's been a piece of kit that we've been after here for a long time, and they are expensive. So yeah, it's a very, very cool unit. It's completely submergible, so it's got amphibious technology, is what the Smitty Bilt calls it. So it's encased in a nice, fully enclosed powder-coated unit. The brain sits on the very top here. It's got an on and off switch, and the remote, like I said, is removable and wireless. Now the remote is actually pretty cool. How it works is it just uses the normal cable that you'd get in the kit, but it also has a battery, so you can unplug the bottom of it and then go stand wherever you need to and operate your winch from a safe distance. And then to switch between the wireless modes, you just hit this mode button, and it tells you that it tells the brain that your controller is now wireless. There is a switch on the brain as well that you need to hit, and because this winch is going to be in an enclosed bumper, I'm not going to have direct access to it. I don't know, we're going to have to figure out when we go to install it how we're going to run this and where we're going to run this, so that that switch can either be accessible by hand, getting down in there somehow by some of the cutouts in the bumper maybe, or by through the top. Maybe we can get our hands down in there somewhere and it's accessible. We'll have to figure that out once we bring the truck in and start the installation process. You'll be able to see right here just how enclosed this whole unit is. The only thing that you're connecting to is an outside electronic connection to the barrel, to those attachment studs on the outside there. So from there, guys, we're gonna pack this stuff up, move this workbench out of the way, and bring the Frontier in here and see what we can do about installing. Gone ahead and I've removed the screw clamps that hold the brain to the top of the drum here. Now, something to keep in mind is you don't have a lot of distance here. You've got maybe a foot total of travel that you can accommodate for moving your winch around. So we're gonna need to find a place that's reasonably accessible and close to the bottom of the bumper that we can mount the brain without taking up that additional space inside here, because we're not going to be able to mount that where it's supposed to go, which is on top of here, because we're going to be over by a couple inches. So what we need to do is go back to the truck and figure out where we're going to pop the hood, pull the grill off, figure out where we're going to install the brain, because that is run to the grill before we remove it. So we're just going to pull those tabs off, pop out the grill. All right, so next up, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna break open your hardware bag from your box and your Smitty Bilt box, and you're gonna find two nuts that look like that. They're just square nuts, and they're gonna fit inside a slot inside the winch right here. So they fit in behind the feet of the winch, like there, and you can kind of see just in there the hole. Okay, so we're having some fitment issues here. So as you can see, the Smitty Bilt winch seems to be just too robust. We're running into whatever the heck this thing is. We've brushed up against this cooler contraption for what I'm imagining is the transmission cooler. And we can't even get our holes lined up to hot bolt this thing in place because we just keep bumping into everything. I've removed the air compressor as well up there. And yeah, we're having some issues here. So we did some messaging with Mark Trelevin from Tree 11 Adventures. He has this exact same winch set up on his bumper, on his Frontier. So I gave him a message to see what the dealio was, and he said, yeah, you do have to make some trims and cuts on some various tabs. This little tab down here had to get trimmed down. This stud had to get trimmed down. And then we were able to kind of strong arm it on place with some stools to help us. And we got those threads started. So we are back on track. Now we're just gonna go underneath and finish hammering together all of the bolts, and away we go. Well, guys, as you can see, we've got the winch in. The only thing left to do is to hook up the fog lights. But for right now, I think what we're going to do is run everything, put all the tools away, smash everything back together, make sure the skid plate's bolted back up. I still got a couple bolts to back up in there. And then, yeah, smash everything together and run Keen home for the day. So, rock on. Let's get this stuff put away, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. All right, guys, so here we are. We've got the winch in. I still can't find the hook. I don't know where the hook went to. It's somewhere around here, but we'll keep that somewhere safe inside there. So yeah, we've got the pod lights in, and we've even got the light bar mounted on the top of the bar here. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is where it's going to stay, but I definitely wanted it on there. But man, the amount of light that thing throws is crazy. So I'm not going to be having any issues on the trail anytime soon. The winch is in. It is heavy, but I absolutely love the way this turned out. I've liked that I finally moved the lights off of the hood here. What I really want is some corner brackets that actually come out up here a little bit and do it properly. I might design some myself and put them up on the website for guys, because I know it's hard to find these things for these trucks. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but there it is. The winch is installed. It is running. This probably took 3.5 hours longer than it should have, because I accidentally, for the first time, I accidentally connected the power lead to the solenoid lead on the truck, so it killed the truck. And then I had to wait like 1.5 hours for it to reset, and then I did it again after I came back after dropping Keen off at home after work. And I did it twice, so bad boo-boo on me. But whatever, it's in there now, it's installed, it's good to go. It's not running off the S-Pod, but it is a wireless remote, so I don't need to necessarily have it on a switch, because it'll turn on once I turn the remote on. But yeah, ba-boom, guys, there we go. Massive change. This was a big one. You guys know I've been after this for a long time, so this is a big mod. Yeah, we got a lot of new stuff coming down the pipe, guys. We got the new Yucca Pack campers getting ready to hit the floor right away. We're just sorting out some bending and some cutting issues. Not issues, just finding someone to pick up the slack from some of the service providers in town are just so busy. So, but yeah, that's what we got going on. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Remember, smash the like and subscribe button if you like this kind of stuff. If you don't really care. It doesn't really matter, but I do appreciate the support on the channel. It really is the best way to kind of help us grow. So, hang out, guys. We're going to see you on the next one. Hopefully, the next video is going to be an adventure video. We're going to try and get out west and do some more winter camping in the Yucca Pack. Yeah, love and peace, guys. I'm out.